What's up guys, Ryan here from Mud Gunner, and today we are talking AKs. I had someone ask in a video yesterday asking if I had any because I hadn't really posted any, but yes, I do have AKs. I am an AK collector. I don't shoot them as much as some of my other guns. Part of that is 7.62x39 is a little bit harder to get right now, and it's more expensive. So it's not even that it's hard to get, it's just expensive to buy. I do have ammo, it's just I try to stockpile some and then buy ammo to shoot. I just haven't bought any AK ammo to shoot recently. Although I did just do a video of a Galil Ace chambered in 7.62x39, so I mean that kind of counts. But yeah, I do like AKs, I collect them, and I have this goal to collect an AK from every country that we can get AKs from. I know some of them are going to be tricky, but I do have a lot of AKs from around the world. There's just a few more countries I need. I need Serbia of all things, which is just Zastava. So I have an old school Zastava made in Yugoslavia. I need a Polish AK, preferably the Beryl. I need a Hungarian AK, so I need like an FEG. Those are the three main countries I still need. I have a variety of AKs, but today we are just going to be talking Arsenal. So I have an Arsenal of Arsenal AKs. So yeah, Arsenal is a Bulgarian company. They also do AKs here in America now, but the main ones I'm going to show you guys today are Bulgarian. So let's get into it. I have some tactical versions, and then I have some more retro style here. We're going to start with the retro style. And we're actually going to start with my very first Arsenal, which is this one. This is an SLR 106F. So this is actually a 5.56 AK. It's kind of like an AK-74. It looks like a Bulgarian 74. And basically it is just chambered in 5.56. We actually have a 5.56 Bakelite mag here. And you can tell the 5.56 ones because they painted the top black. It looks like a type of paint, but yeah, the black top magazines are 5.56 ones. And that's normally how you would differentiate these from actual 5.45 mags. So again, it's chambered in 5.56, same round as an AR-15. And yeah, this is, besides the furniture, this is a bone stock Arsenal SLR 106. These guns brand new, I want to say were like 900 to 1,000 bucks. I bought this one used for like $600 or $700, and it had the polymer stock, which is what these two have. It had just the polymer grip, which those ones are aftermarket now, and then it had a polymer forend. So I still have all the furniture, but years ago I got this kit and I decided to make it a retro AK-74. So I put the stock on, put the grip on, and put this wood on. I think this is Russian wood. I don't remember if it's Russian or Bulgarian, sorry. I'm an AK guy, but I don't know every AK detail. So there are definitely way more experienced AK guys than me, but I do like them. I like collecting them. I do shoot them. I just haven't shot mine recently. So yeah, I basically made it a retro AK-74. It shoots really good. It's just a stock trigger. This again was my very first Arsenal. So shoots nice. This trigger's a little mushy. This one's insane, and we'll talk about that one in a sec. So again, this was my very first Arsenal AK. My first AK was a Century Arms C39 or Centurion Sporter, so the first gen C39 milled receivers. It worked really well. If you go watch my third YouTube video, which was my very first gun video, it's at like 11.8 million views. It was my first gun video. That was with my C39 Sporter. And then I don't know if I ever did a YouTube video of this one, but yeah, this was probably my second AK if I had to guess. But first Arsenal for sure. So I really like it. Like I said, it started out as an all black AK and then I just retroed it out. And yeah, shoots really good. And then we have the exact same gun here, but this one is all tacticaled out. So AKs to me are a little bit tougher to make usable like an AR-15. It's harder to put optics, slings, lights and all that on them unless you do some work. So this one I bought mostly as is. I added the sling, I added the optic, I added the light. It came with the Texas Weapon System rail. It came with an ALG trigger. It came with this Zenitco charging handle, Magpul forend. It's also chopped. I don't know the exact barrel length, but this is a pin and welded muzzle device on here. So, and it came with this Crimson Trace laser. I'm not really a fan of lasers like this on guns, but I just left it on here because this gun has no recoil. The laser does work. I've never actually changed the battery in it. I don't use it very often, but yeah, the laser's zeroed, it works. And this by far is my softest, flattest shooting 5.56. As crazy as that sounds, if you've watched my channel, you've seen I've posted a lot of, I'd say pretty high-end 5.56 rifles on my channel. The Scar, the Savor, the Bren. I have a variety of 5.56 guns, and this by far is the fastest, flattest shooting one out of all of them. So it's pretty cool. I also bought this gun like the way it mostly is with all those upgrades for like 700 bucks. Because back then, like 6, 7, maybe 8 years ago, they were not going for very much. The gun brand new was 1,000. We would sell them used all day for 700 or 800 bucks. So I bought this as my trash 5.56 gun. And by that, I mean, we got reload 5.56 ammo in, we got steel case 5.56 ammo in. I did not want to run that through my higher end ARs. And this was not considered a high end gun at that time. It was only a $700 gun. So I bought this as a poor man's 5.56 to shoot all the shittiest 5.56 I could get through it. And I still treat it that way. They're a lot more expensive now. You're probably looking, if I had to guess, maybe $2,000. It's crazy how pricing changes. But again, at the time that I bought this, this was considered a crappier 5.56. It's not a crappy gun. I just, for the price, I did not want to shoot the crappy 5.56 ammo through my $2,000 ARs, so I figured I'd run it through my $700 AK. And I still have that mindset for it. I know the pricing has gone up on them. I don't treat it like crap, I just run the crappiest ammo through it. So this thing only gets fed steel case 5.56 and reloaded 5.56 ammo that random people sell us. So don't recommend that, but it's eaten everything. It's had a few malfunctions from that, but besides that, I mean, this thing is built like a tank. It also has the lightest AK trigger I've ever felt. There's no wall. It's some type of ALG trigger. I don't know ALG models very well. ALG is like the sister company of Geisley, but this trigger, like, it is so light. It is maybe 1.5 pounds, but there's no take up and you can't feel a wall. It just goes. So pretty crazy. But I will show you guys a shooting video of this on the channel here soon. I think I have a clip I could show you right now. Oh, wrong one. Whew. But yeah, this thing is just the smoothest shooting 5.56. And what I like about it is it's actually in a usable configuration because I have a mag pull sling on here. Again, AKs aren't the easiest to sling. It has the factory folding stock on here. So I can fold it and it locks in place. So, I mean, sling it pretty well with that. So, yeah. Again, I'm not an AK guy, but I do like them. So factory stock, it's looped through here. And then we have it running on a QD point right there in this Magpul 4N. So again, Texas Weapon System rail on top. I have an EOTech zombie reticle, which it actually works really well. At first, I was running a Bushnell TRS 25, so a really cheap red dot, and it held 0 no problem. So yeah, I just got the zombie EOTech, and I figured it was finally time to upgrade it. But the I keep saying Burris, the Bushnell TRS 25 held up for years on here, no problems at all. I'm running a little mini Surefire Scout Light. And then again, this Crimson Trace laser, it just came with the gun, so we're just leaving that on there. But this thing is a beautiful to shoot 5.56, and I love it. And then we have the clear Arsenal mags. What I didn't know about these is they actually crack. So if you ever buy these mags, check the feed lip area really well, because I bought a 20 rounder at the gun show and the feed lip was completely cracked and it wouldn't actually hold any ammo. So I have a bunch of these 30 rounders. None of mine are cracked yet, and they shoot really well. But the solid mags are a lot better for them. And then Bakelite, I haven't had any issues with the Bakelite mag. So yeah, those are my two 5.56 Arsenals. Now let's talk 7.62x39, the more traditional round. I know people don't necessarily like 5.56 and AKs, but I'm telling you, this is the sweetest shooting one ever. So we'll go with this one. This is my tactical 7.62 Arsenal. This is the SLR 107 FR. And I don't know what F versus FR stands for. I mean, this has a folding stock too. But yeah, what's crazy is the SLR series was the cheap one, and then the SAM 7 series was the more expensive one. So SLRs are normally stamped receivers, and then the SAM series are normally milled receivers. I think the SLR 101 is a milled receiver. They have a few models, like I think SLR 95, SLR 101. I'm not as familiar with those, but I think there's some milled ones in there. But the SAM 5 or the SAM 7 series is normally their milled AKs. These are stamped. So they're still bringing in the milled, and they're making them here in the country now, but I have not seen them bring in any SLR series. I don't know the reason for it. at the time, again, these were all like $1,000 or less, and the Sam series were maybe 14, 1500. So those were considered the more expensive Arsenals. That's why I bought all these SLR series, because I did not pay over 800 bucks for any of the ones sitting on this couch, which is, I know, crazy, but at the time that was very common. So I knew I wanted to get into AKs. I knew I wanted some Bulgarian AKs. And honestly, the time to buy an AK was like 6 or 7 years ago, when everything was readily available. Like Russian AKs, I got a couple Russian AKs for under $1,000. They were just very common at that time. So unfortunately, due to, you know, current events, AKs have skyrocketed in price, but most of the AKs in my collection I have bought when they were extremely cheap. And I know people did the same thing with Chinese AKs years ago. You know, they bought Polytechs or Norinkos for super inexpensive. I didn't even talk to you guys about this. I'll stop rambling. So Arsenal SLR 107 FR, factory stock. We have the Tango down grip. This also has an ALG trigger in it. It's not as light, but it's still extremely light. So this has a noticeable 2-stage. So if I could pull it, and you see there's take up, and then it's still very light. It's maybe like a 1.5 pound brake. I feel like Grantham right here, Unchained Melody. So there's take up, and then it's like a 1 pound trigger pull. It's insane. So with these, you got to be very cautious. I wouldn't try to like bet on that take up, because it's just too light to pull the trigger. I'm running just kind of a, not ghetto sling, but not the greatest sling. Because again, AKs just don't sling well. This one works, so yeah, it works. It's not perfect, but again, it's not my main shooter. This one has an Ultimac rail on it, and yeah, I have a Holosun 403A on here. It's just a red dot, and it's button powered. Works really well. So this part does get hot. I've never like mag dumped this thing consecutively where it's like cooking the optic, but it works good. The bottom piece is just the factory Arsenal handguard. The top piece is the Ultimac rail, and then this one was also chopped, and then it's got this muzzle device on there. I don't know, like I've heard four-part muzzle device. I think this is it. I've taken it apart once, and it's like a cone in there. But besides that, yeah, it's a shortened gun with a pin muzzle device, so makes it 16 overall. But it's just a blast cone that sends everything forward. And yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun to shoot. We got this cool cutout magazine with some yellow tape on there. And yeah, that's my tactical 7.62x39 version. And then we have the same thing in a retro version. So this is the SLR 107 UR, I think. Yeah, UR. So this came basically with the same polymer furniture that most of these would have came with. I swapped it out for the retro stuff again. So we got the wire stock. We got the little pouch on here for ammo or whatnot. We got Bakelite grip, Bakelite magazine, and then I think this is like Russian wood. I don't remember off the top of my head, so sorry about that. It's really dark, but it is like a reddish color. And then this has the pistol gas system, or the SBR gas system, and it's meant for you to chop it. So it's the 107 UR, and this is meant so that you could chop the barrel, throw on like a crank muzzle device, and it'd be sick. So I can throw it on a muzzle device right here once we chop the barrel. But I haven't SBR'd it yet. I would like to though, because that's the purpose of this. You SBR it, and they just give you a barrel to chop. So yeah, I want to do that at some point. It just hasn't been a priority as of yet, but this thing also weighs nothing. So, and unfortunately, I haven't actually shot this gun yet because I have the other one. I just haven't felt the need to shoot this one yet, but at some point I'll shoot it. And this is the lightest AK I own, so I assume it's got some pop to it, but it's probably not going to be terrible. But yeah, it's basically going to be like a little crink once I'm done with it. So boom, that would be extremely sick, super short, and it'd be fun. But yeah, it just hasn't been a priority, but I'll try to do it here soon for you guys. And I'll show you this on the channel too, because it is a cool AK. But yeah, those are my 4 main ones. And then I'm gonna show you a pretty cool one. I actually have it in a case here on the table. So I just wanna give a shout out to this case manufacturer. They didn't send this to me, I bought it, but this is by Case Club. And I'm gonna have to bring the camera up closer, but these things are cut out like perfectly for guns. My dad bought one of their cases for his PS90, and it's super sick how they do it. I'm gonna pull the AK out, and then I'll show you guys what the case looks like. So what we have here is a Arsenal Sam 7R, and this is a 1 of 10 AK. They only made 10 of these. This is number 7 of 10, and it's in their Desert Sparse camo. So this is a milled Arsenal. It's my only milled Arsenal. The rest of these are stamped, and it's pretty sick. It comes in this cool camo. It's got a matching serialized mag. Oops. And then, it's stuck. I haven't shot this one yet either. I plan on it. And then we have a matching serialized rail. So it's pretty sick. Again, I haven't shot it yet, but I want to at some point. But this just slides on here and then locks in place. And there we go. 762 by 39, and it's stamped very clearly. It says 007 of 10, so 007 of 10. Says it on the mag, says it on this mount. And I need to get an optic for it. For this, I'm planning on doing maybe a hollow sun red dot. I know that sounds cheap, but this is not a self-defense gun. And my plan is, I want to see if I can find someone locally to paint the hollow sun the exact same color as this. I mean, if I get a different optic, that's fine too. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. But whatever I put on here, I'd like it to get painted to match the gun. And I don't think it'd be Cerakote. I think it'd be some type of like acrylic paint. I'm not an artist, so I don't know. But yeah, this thing is sick. It's got bronze. It's got like a type of tan and some green on there. And it's just a beautiful gun. I will shoot it. I don't worry about shooting my one-of-a-kind guns or my limited edition guns. I like shooting guns. So it's a custom shop gun. So it's got the nicer trigger from the factory. It does not compare to the ALGs. The ALGs are still extremely lighter, but this is a good out-of-the-box trigger. And then it's got their muzzle brake on there. And then price-wise, so all these Arsenals I paid under $1,000 for at the time. This is the one that I actually had to pay like decent money for. It was like $2,300-2,400 bucks. But if you buy their all-black version, it's like $1,800-1,900. So you're paying a few $100s more for the custom camo job. And I didn't mind. I was like, if I'm gonna get a milled one, I had the option to buy this. I'm like, I really want this one. So even the instruction manual is serialized number 7 of 10, which I thought was pretty cool. So it says the serial number of the gun, it says the unit number 7 of 10, and yeah, you got a target in here, you got a manual. I think it's all laminated too. So let's see, you got a tag from the custom shop. Yeah, Target's not laminated, but this manual's pretty nice. And let's see. Yeah, the manual has the camo gun on the front. The inside is just normal instruction, but you actually have your camo AK on the front, which is cool. And then target-wise, so it's from November of 21. And yeah, I've had it for a few years. I just haven't shot it yet, but it's very cool. So yeah, these are my Arsenal of Arsenals. If you guys want to see anything else specific on the channel, let me know. I do have other AKs. We'll shoot them on the channel here for you guys soon. And let me get you guys a close-up of this case, and then we'll kind of call it good there. So this is the case. This is how it came. It came in used to our store, so I didn't cut it out this way. This is how it came, but I think you could just buy them this way. And what's cool is you have plenty of room for an optic. You actually have some like pre-cut pieces in there, so if whatever optic you put on there, it'll be pretty easy. And then again, this is serialized to the gun, which is sweet. So is the magazine. So it's got a camo mag. It says number 7 of 10 right there. And then I got a normal Arsenal mag here. And then we got a cleaning kit. You have a spot for a pistol. I don't know what kind of pistol I want to put in here. And then the tag, which is cool. It's all, it just looks like they went through this pretty well, took their time to go through the process of serializing the owner's manual to it. Honestly, it's just kind of cool to me. Not every company does that. And then, yeah, again, this case is a pretty nice case, Case Club. And my dad bought one of their PS90 cases, and it also came out really good. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for my next video, guys.